Yes, good morning once again. Welcome to our class in statistics and probability. Okay, so probably guys, we are in the week 4 already. Ayan, sa ating first semester. By the way, I'm Sir PGA Pason and I'll be your teacher and lecturer for second semester in statistics and probability. Ayan, so today we're going to discuss about computing the variance of a discrete probability distribution. So it's already a week 4 guys, and so I hope na medyo malinaw sa atin yung week 1, week 2, week 3 because pagsasamahin na natin yan dito no sa ating week 4. Ayan, kasi this is the last lesson for chapter 1. Ayan, so makakatapos tayo ng isang chapter no for the semester. Ayan. So before we start, I would like to share with you, syempre, ang ating learning outcomes. Ayan, so at the end of this module, so I hope that you are going to illustrate and calculate the variance of a discrete random variable. And aside from that, you should be able to know how to interpret the variance of a discrete random variable. And lastly, you're going to solve the problems involving variance of probability distribution. Ayan. So more on another illustration, interpretation, and problem solving itself. Syempre, hindi nawawala yung problem solving. Ayan. So, before we start with our new lesson, we should first recap about the lesson 3, no? Sa lesson 3 doon, diniscuss kung paano kinocompute yung mean. So, meron tayong yung sinusunod na 3 steps. And lesson 3 natin, we have 3 steps to compute a mean. First one, we have to construct the probability distribution for the random variable x representing the number of spots that would appear. So, depende yan kung spot ba or anong sample space yung gagamitin natin. So basically, alam na natin kung paano mag-construct ng probability distribution. Basically, it's lesson 1, okay? So I hope, no, para kasi magkakasama-sama na yun ngayon sa lesson 4. So it's a continuous discussion. Okay, next we have step 2 para to identify. We have to multiply the value of the random variable x by the corresponding probability. Okay, so basically, lesson 2. Okay, lesson 2 tong laman na to, no? Na kung saan pinagsama siya pagdating sa lesson 3. Ayan. So, multiply lang natin yung random variable nyo doon sa ating corresponding probability. Step 3, add the result obtained in step 2. Okay, so yung nakuha na natin doon sa final column, doon sa step 2 natin, ipag-add lang natin lahat yun. Kung naka-fraction siya, basically, we need to add the numerators and copy the denominators. Basically, kasi ano sila, no? Common denominators. Okay. Pag fraction. While, paano pag whole number or decimal, sir? Basically, wala kayong gagawing division doon. Automatic pag kung naka-decimal or naka-whole number, i-add nyo na agad yun. Yun yung pinaka-mean. Okay? So, ayan yung tatlong step para makuha yung mean. Ibig sabihin yung summation, yung add ng lahat ng nasa step 2 natin, yun yung tinatawag na mean. Okay? Doon nakuha natin yung mean. So, based on that steps, we can compute the mean itself from probability distribution. Kasi iba yung mean ng pag-compute sa sa scores, sa grades, iba yon. So ito we're talking about the mean of probability distribution. Okay. Then, syempre, doon sa lesson 3, diniscuss doon yung ano yung formula kung paano kayo nakuha yung mean. So, we have mean or the mu. Ayan. The symbol for mu is equal to the summation of x times the p of x. Itong part na to, saan to? Nandoon na to sa column or sa step 2. Okay, sinum up lang natin, yan yun na yung mean. Okay, ganun pagkuha ng mean in terms of formula. Okay. So I hope it's clear no para makapag-move forward tayo sa ating next lesson kasi may kinalaman ulit yung lesson 3 na yan na magagamit din natin sa lesson 4 itself. Okay. Ayan na. So simulan na natin yung last lesson for chapter 1. Okay. So meron tayong mga terms dito. We're going to encounter different terms, technicality. Um, kung ano ibig sabihin ng mga terms na to, ma-identify natin to, no? So the variance and the standard deviation describe the amount of the spread, dispersion, or variability of an items in a distribution. So, doon daw ginagamit tong variance and standard deviation in terms of yung spread, yung dispersion, and variability ng ating items. Okay, basically, ginagamit siya sa mga finances, ayan. Then sa graph, pwede rin siyang ginagamit siya para ma-identify kung ano yung spread, okay, ng ating ng ating ano, items in a distribution. Okay, ano ba yung variance na sinasabi? Okay, so discuss muna natin what is variance. So basically, variance is of a data is the average squared distance between the mean and each data value. Okay? So ulitin natin, siya daw yung average squared. Ibig sabihin na squared na. Okay? Average. So parang may kinalaman ulit sa, although it's a part of a is a part of a mean median mode, no? It's still an average, part of the average. And kung saan naka-squared, okay? Yung distant natin. Okay. Then for the standard deviation again, ito naman ay is the measures of how the spread out of the values in data set are around the mean. So ito naman mag-interpret kung gaano ka spread out, okay? Yung ating data. Okay, based on the mean. Okay, nagbe-base lang siya sa mean. Okay. So how we're going to describe the spread or dispersion in a probability distribution. So paano ba natin siya ma-describe na nag-spread to or nagdi-dispersion yung ating probability distribution. So in this lesson, guys, so I'm going to teach you how to compute the variance and standard deviation of a discrete probability distribution. Okay, so since we are done with the definition of terms, of different term that we're going to identify, kasi yun yung hahanapin natin later, no? Si variance. At pat pumasok sa standard deviation, anong kinalaman niya dito? Doon pa lang sa title, wala namang nabanggit na standard deviation. But mayroong standard deviation. Later, guys, mas maintindihan niyo yan. So once we are done with our different steps, no, to solve the variance. Okay, kasi may kinalaman din yung standard deviation niyan. Okay, so simulan natin using the different steps in finding a variance and standard deviation. Okay, so the same din pala to sa lesson 3 na meron din siya steps. Although yung steps dito, guys, is nagawa niya natin from lesson 1, lesson 2, and lesson 3. So dadagdagan lang ulit natin. So mas dadami na yung steps dito. Okay, step 1. We're going to find the mean of a probability distribution. So napaka-basic nito to. It's a lesson 3. Ayan. So paano ba natin kinukuha yung mean using that steps? Ayan. So alam na natin yan. So continuation lang to. After makuha natin yung mean ng probability distribution, step 2, we're going to subtract the mean from each value of a random variable. So isa-subtract natin yung nakuha nating mean dito sa kada isa. Later, mas ma-understand natin yan once we are having an example. Next, step 3, we're going to square the results obtained in step 2. So, ibig sabihin yung nakuha natin dito, sa step 2, squared lang natin yon. So, we're going to multiply by itself. Okay? Then step 4, we're going to multiply the results obtained in step 3 by the corresponding probability. So, ito na nadagdag, no? So, i-multiply natin yung nakuha natin dito sa step 2 doon sa corresponding probability. Okay, yun yung ilalagay natin doon sa pang-apat na column later. And step 5, we're going to get the sum of the result obtained in step 4. So basically, we have 5 steps now kasi we're just focusing about the variance. But later in your example, I will add up another step, okay, to calculate the standard deviation. Okay, so dadagdagan natin siya ng 6 para makuha din natin yung standard deviation. Kasi standard deviation ay nakukuha siya using this, through these 5 steps also. Okay, so i-connect na lang natin later. Okay, so in further information at mas maintindihan natin, no, we have an example so example lang natin para mas maintindihan. Okay, so example tayo. So still a number of cars sold, okay, in a certain company. So the number of cars sold per day at a local car dealership along with its corresponding probabilities is shown in the succeeding table. Okay. So compute the variance and the standard deviation of the probability distribution by following the given steps. Okay. So yung problem na to, it's about the number, okay, of cars sold per day. Isang car dealership, no? So alamin natin, we will going to solve, okay, the succeeding table later. So, kung kunin natin yung variance ng standard deviation using the 5 steps na sinabi ko kanina. But every time na ipa-flush natin yung steps, at the same time meron ring problem solving. So ito yung table natin for our problem solving. So this is the given already. So the number of cars sold represent as x or the random variables. So we have 0, pwedeng wala, pwedeng isa, pwedeng dalawa, pwedeng tatlo, pwedeng apat. Okay? Per day yan. Okay, yan yung maximum na nila na nasa-sold, no, per day sa isang car dealership. Okay, yan yung possible, okay, probability or random probability. So meron tayo ditong probability or the P of X. So out of 10, it's possible 1 yan. So it's given already, guys. Hindi nyo na kailangan gawin yung nandoon sa lesson 1 and lesson 2. So pagdating dito sa ating lesson 3, basically nag-forward na agad tayo sa step 3, no? So given na to na meron na siyang number of cars sold, given na yung random variables natin. So we have 1 over 10, then we have 2 over 10, 3 over 10, 2 over 10, and 2 over 10. So ayan mga probability na possible daw meron isa, dalawa, tatlo, or dalawa itself, etc. So alam naman natin yan nasa lesson 3 na yan. Okay. So ayun yung problem natin. So let's now apply the different steps, no? The given steps, okay, to solve or compute the variance and standard deviation. Okay. Step 1. So sabi sa step 1 kanina, we just recall, find the mean of the probability distribution using the formula, which is yung mean nga natin is the mu is equal to the summation of x times p of x. Okay, pag-add lang natin yan. So basically, ito yung table natin, no? So, kung babalikan natin yung lesson 3 natin, ayan yung given kanina, guys. So, nagdagdag lang tayo ng panibagong column from to the right, okay? Na paano siya ginagawa? Okay, yan. Lesson 3 natin. Apply lang natin kung anong nasa formula nasa taas. So, huwag niyong kalimutan yung formula na nito sa taas kasi sabi nga natin, guide natin yan. Okay? Mga guide natin yan para magawa natin kung anong dapat laman dito sa kada isa. So don't forget the formula na x times p of x. So basically, i-multiply lang natin yung x tsaka yung p of x. Okay, so the fraction yan, we are going to care about the numerators. Okay, so we have 0 times 1 is 0. So 0 over 10 is 0. Okay, it's lesson 3, guys. I hope it's clear sa inyo, no? And then 1 times 2, we have 2 over 10. Copy lang yung denominator natin. Then we have 2 times 3, we have 6. Copy in denominator na 10. Okay. Then 3 times 2, the same. We have 6. We have copy the denominator 10. And 4 times 2, we have 8 over 10. So sabi doon sa step 1, we're going to find the mean. So paano ba kinakuha yung mean? Okay, kung gumamit natin tong formula na to. So ang ibig sabihin ng formula na yan, we have the summation of p times px. So pag-add lang natin to lahat ng nasa p times px, ayun na yung mean. Okay, add natin. So dahil naka-fraction yan, guys, basically, ang i-add lang natin dahil common denominator siya, we're going to add the numerator itself. So 2 plus 6 plus 6 plus 8, we have 22. Then copy the denominator 10. So we have 22 over 10 is equal to 2.2. So si 2.2 now ang tinatawag nating mean. Okay? So we are done with step 1. Nakuha na natin yung mean. So ano yung mean? We have 2.2. Okay, it's a lesson 3, guys. I hope it's clear, no? So parang recap lang ulit natin sa lesson 3. Okay. So, we're done with step 1. Nakuha na natin yung mean, which is 2.2. Proceed tayo for step 2. So sabi ng step 2, we're going to subtract the mean from each value of the random variable x. Okay? So isa-subtract natin yung nakuha natin mean kanina 2.2 doon sa ating random variable x. Ito na siya. So nadagdag ulit tayo ng another column to the right, okay, which is the formula. We have mean, okay, or ano to, the random variable minus the mean. Okay? So, ano yung mga random variable natin? Ito, yung mga nandito sa x natin. Ayun siya. Isa-subtract daw natin yung mga yan sa ating mean. Okay? Ano ba yung mean natin? Kung nakakalimutan nyo 2.2. Huwag mong kalimutan. 2.2 yung mean natin. Ayan. Sa inyong mean natin. Okay. So, paano siya sasolve? Basically, guys, it's a subtraction only. So we have 0 minus 2.2. Ayan na siya. 0 minus 2.2, magkakaroon tayo ng negative 2.2. Okay? Tama yan. Next, 1 minus 2.2, ayan siya. We have negative 1.2. Okay? I hope it's clear, no? Subtraction lang to, guys. Next, we have 2 minus 2.2 sa min natin, which have the value of negative 0.2. And for 3 minus 2.2, we have positive 0.8. Okay, tama. Then the last one, we have 4 minus 2.2. So we have the answer of 1.8. Okay, I hope it's clear, no? Sa step 2 natin, guys, isa-subtract lang natin yung mga random variable x natin doon sa ating min na nakuha sa step 1, which is 2.2. So, kayo mag-alala kung nagkaroon man yan mga negative dyan kasi may maggagawin pa tayo later. Hindi pa tapos yung step natin. Okay. So, naging apat na yung column natin, no? So, dumadami na siya na dumadami. So, nadadagdagan. So, tingin nyo kaya madadagdagan pa to? Basically, madadagdagan pa yan. Okay. For step 3 natin, square the result obtained in step 2. Okay, yung kinuha natin kayo sa step 2, yung mga difference ng nakuha natin doon sa column 4 natin is squared lang natin. Ibig sabihin, multiply natin by itself. Hindi yan i-multiply by 2, guys. Squared, ibig sabihin multiply by itself. So, kung titingnan natin sa table, ayan. So, panglimang column, guys. Nagdagdag ulit tayo ng column kung ano ang nandyan. Okay, we're going to use the formula of, ayan, x minus mu or the mean squared. So, ibig sabihin, squared lang natin to. So, yung mga sagot natin kanina dun sa panag-minus natin, squared lang natin sa sarili niya. Okay, or multiply natin by itself. Okay? Na ibig sabihin ng squared na yan, guys, multiply by itself. Kung anong meron dito, ayan, nasa loob niya, squared natin, ayun na yung magiging sagot or ilalagay natin sa ating panglimang column. Okay, simulan natin. So, using the calculator, guys, so we have negative 2 times negative 2, we have positive 4.84. So, dito, ang ginawa natin, up to, ano yan, 3 significant digit tayo. Okay? Okay? So we have three significant digit tayo. Then for second one, we have negative 1.2 times negative 1.2, we have positive 1.44. Then negative 0.2 times negative 0.2, we have positive 0.04. Then 0.8 times 0.8, we have positive 0.64. And 1.8 times 1.8 is we have 1 is equal to 3.24. So I hope it's clear, no? So ulitin lang natin, guys. Huwag niyong kalimutan lagi yung formula. Kasi si formula siya yung mag-guide sa inyo kung anong ilalagay natin doon sa baba. Okay, sabi dito, squared mo lang daw yung x, yung random variable sa mean. Squared lang natin to. Basically, times lang natin to sa sarili nila. Ayun na yung magiging laman ng ating column 5. So, I hope it's clear. Okay, it's done, no? Step 3, ang dali naman pala na, sir. Wala bang mas mahirap? Madali lang naman talaga yung stats, okay? Kung masunod natin yung steps, no? Yung process. Okay, so let's move on kasi may steps pa tayo, no? We have step 4. Ayan, nadadagdagan na yung table, sir. Dumadami na siya. So, I hope nasusundan, no, ng iba. So, step 4, we're going to multiply the results obtained in the step 3 by the corresponding probability. So, multiplication naman ngayon dito sa step 4 natin. So, madadagdagan ulit ng panibagong table. Ayan. So, ang pang-anim nating table, guys, ang sabi dyan is i-multiply natin yung nakuha natin kanina dito. Ayan siya sa ating corresponding probability. Ayan na, guys. So, may formula tayo, no? Yung nakuha natin kanina, which is ito yon, nandito sa table na yan, imumultiply yan times sa probability. So, ito times natin tong probability na to dito sa nakuha natin. Ayan. So, paano natin times yan? So, basically, ito naka-fraction. Tama? Naka-fraction siya. So, pwede naman yan, guys. Gawin muna natin tong decimal or pwede namang i-diretso natin. Okay? Pwedeng 1 times, ayan, 1 times ito. So, anong sagot natin dyan? Same pa rin, syempre, kasi 1 lang naman yan eh. So, anong gagawin after? So, 1 times 0.484, para sigurado lang tayo, no? The same, 0.84 divided by 10. So, ang makukuha nating sagot ay 0. Ano? 0484. Tama ba? Tama ba? 0.08. Okay, tama ba yung nakuha nyo? Ulitin natin, no? So, sabi dito, ito, ayan, ito pala. Ayan, so we have here, ayan, i-multiply natin si 1/10 kay 4.84. Ayun pala yun. So, 4.84. So, the answer is 0.484. Okay. So, susundan ba? So, we have another. We have 2 times 1.44 divided by 10. We have 0.288. So, napapansin natin dito, guys? So, ginamit tayo dito ng up to, alan, 3. Okay? 3 decimal points. Okay? Para mas malapit tayo sa katuan. Kasi pag 2, no, medyo malayo-layo na yun. Pag nag-round off tayo, nag-round up. So, up to 3 decimal places tayo. Okay, kanina up to 2. Pero pagdating dito sa part na to, 3 is the maximum. Okay? Maximum na yung 3 decimal points. Then proceed tayo. We have 3 times 0.04 divided by 10. We have 0.012. Okay? Then for this one, we have 2 times 0.64 divided by 10, we have 0.128. And the last one, we have 2 times 3.24, we have 0.648. Okay, so nasusundan ba? Just follow the formula up there. Okay, sundin nyo lang tong formula, guys. So, ang mga formula na yan ay meron na yung given dito. So, we just to follow lang. Strictly follow para makuha natin. Masunod natin kung ano yung dapat gawin. Okay, guide natin yan, guys. So, ulitin natin ha. Ito pwede natin siyang gawing, ano, okay, para hindi, kung hindi kayo comfortable na meron pa ring fraction, pwede niyo siyang i-decimal. Okay? Pwede niyo siyang i-decimal. Ito, i-decimal niyo rin. Pwede rin yan. So, bago niyo i-multiply dito. Pwede yun, guys. Pero pwede naman diretso. Okay? 1 times 484 lang yan. Tapos, i-divide niyo sa 10. Basically, the same answer lang yan. Depende kung saan kayo komportable at mas madali kayo makapag-solve. Nasa inyo lang yan. But the most important is dapat the same answer yung makukuha natin kung ibang way yung gagawin mo. Okay? So I hope it's clear no for step 4 kasi meron pa tayong steps or dumadami na yung table sana clear sa inyo to no. Okay, proceed tayo. We have step 5. Man, get the sum of the results obtained in step 4. The result is the value of the variance. So, the formula for the variance is the, ayan, so ito yung symbol natin for variance. So, parang Q siya, no? Nakapit na maliit lang, then squared is equal to the summation of the square of x minus mean or the random variable natin times the probability. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, yung nakuha natin kanina dito, ipagsasum lang daw natin lahat ng to, ayun na daw yung tinatawag na variance. So, kung isasum natin to lahat, okay, na yan yung tinatawag na variance. Okay, so therefore, ayan. So, the sum up of this column right there, okay, is equal to 1.56. Okay, 2 decimal places tayo for the final answer. Okay, sa ditong column lang tayo, ipapayagan kayo magkaroon ng up to 3 decimal places. But the other is, ayan, 2 decimal places tayo. Okay, so, ano lang natin to guys, pag-add nyo lang to lahat, pababa. Okay, this is now the variance. Okay, ito yung tinatawag nating variance. So, ito yung limang step para makuha yung variance. Okay, so na-achieve natin yung title natin na nakuha natin kung paano mag-compute ng variance. So, medyo marami-raming step na susundin. Kailangan maging maingat lang tayo, guys. Kasi once na namali na yung pagkuha natin dito pa lang sa mean, okay, mamamali na to lahat. Okay, magiging useless yun yung pagsosolve nyo kung dito pa lang nagkamali na kayo. Okay? So mag-ingat tayo sa part na yan kasi domino effect yan. Kasi bakit? Kasi ang nakuha natin dyan, nakadepende yan dito. At magdedepende yan dito at didepende yan dito. At yung variance natin, dedepende rin yan doon sa nakuha natin. So mag-iingat tayo pagkuha kay mean at pag-subtract sa kanya. So in short, kailangan natin dahan-dahan lang. Make it slowly but surely, sabi nga nila. Huwag naman mamadali, hindi naman to pabilisan. Okay? So, dahan-dahanin nyo. At kung kailangan nyo i-double check, triple check para maging perfect yung gawa nyo, no? So, pwede nyo gawin. Okay, ingat tayo. So, therefore, we have now, ito yung formula natin for the variance. Ayan, the summation, okay, ng column na to. Okay? So, pag sinabing summation, add nyo lang lahat yan, guys. Ayun yung tinatawag nating variance. Okay. So, yan na yung step 5. So, sabi ko nga, nagdagdag ako ng isang step. Ayan, step 6. Kasi nga, si standard deviation, guys, ay nakukuha siya using the value of the variance. So, get the square root of the variance to get the standard deviation. So, ito yung dinagdagdag ko na pang-anim na steps. Okay? So, para makuha yung standard deviation, square root nyo lang yung nakuha nyo variance. So, paano ba mag-square root? Ayan, meron sa calculator niya doon yung radical sign dyan na nakikita nyo. So, yan yung square root natin. Okay? So, square root nyo lang yan, i-radical sign nyo lang yan, yan yung standard deviation. Okay. O, tingnan natin. So, kanina, yung variance natin, sabi nga natin is 1.56. So, square root lang natin yan para makuha yung standard deviation. So, square root natin siya, 1.56 naging 1.25. So, ito yung tinatawag na ano, standard deviation. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, so, idadagdag natin step 6 para makuha din natin yung standard deviation. Okay? Para ma-identify natin kung gaano ka-spread out yung dispersion ng ating distribution or ng ating probability distribution. Okay? So, I hope it's clear na yung step 6 natin. Tinagdagan natin ng isa. Although, parang andali na lang naman ng step 6, guys. Wala na kayong gagawin kundi ang square root nyo lang. Okay? Radical sign nyo lang yung variance. Ayan na yung ating standard deviation. So, I hope it's clear no for our step sa ating first method. Ayan. But kasi natin first method, may alternative method pa para i-solve yung ating variance. So, ibig sabihin, sir, hindi pa tapos. Basically, hindi pa siya tapos. Okay? Kasi may tuturo akong alternative way to solve the variance. Ayan. Para at least may pagpipilian kayo. So, di ba mahilig naman kayo sa mga shortcut na yan? Mga shortcut. Gusto mo, di ba, mahilig tayo yung mga tao, gusto nyo madali na agad. Ayan, nangungopia na lang para hindi na mag-solve. Pero masama yun, guys, kasi nga we need to know and learn in our own pace, no? Para at least pag nasa totoong sa realidad na tayo ng paghahanap buhay, although hindi naman natin magagamit, hindi naman lahat ng nasa math ay magagamit. But yung value na dapat nakuha nyo ng pagiging magiging problem solver, maging critical thinker, maging independent as an individual, ayun yung dapat mahubog natin. Not totally na makukuha natin or magagamit natin yung lesson itself, but the value na kung paano siya ginagawa throughout the process is yun yung dapat na ma-adapt natin as an individual learners. Okay? So, I will share it also to you the alternative way, okay, to solve the variance. Ito mas maiksi ito kasi syempre kung magbibigay man lang ako ng ibang way, dapat yung mas madali at mas convenient para sa iba. Okay? So, I'm encouraging you to use also this method. Okay? Kasi it's the same answer dapat yung makuha natin pero ibang method lang siya. Okay. So, simulan natin, no? So, the formula of variance standard deviation of a discrete probability distribution. Ayan, share ko muna sa inyo yung maging formula ng dalawa. Ayan, so yung formula natin guys, ating variance, ito siya, huwag natin kalimutan yan, summation lang yan. Okay? At yung standard deviation naman, para makuha siya, i-radical sign nyo lang. Ayan, kung napapansin nyo, ito, okay, yung variance natin, nilagyan lang yan ng radical sign or square root, ayan na yung standard deviation. So, napaka-basic lang. May ugnayan yung variance saka standard deviation. Okay? Okay. So, ayan yung formula natin for variance and standard deviation. So, proceed tayo sa sinasabi ko kanina. Mga excited na kasi kayo sa, sa isang method. Okay? Although, hindi ko naman ipapagawa yung dalawang method. No? Is either mamimili lang kayo. Depende rin sa problem. Kasi mamaya later siguro sa ating activity or even in our evaluation, parang may isosolve kayo using the alternative method or yung isang method na gagawin natin, which is i-discuss ko siya ngayon. Okay, let's start na, no? Ayan, it is the alternative procedure in finding the variance standard deviation of the probability distribution. So kung kanina merong pang-anim na step nung standard deviation, dito apat na step lang. Okay, ibig sabihin mas shortcut to. Okay? Mas madali ito, sir. Syempre, hindi tayo magbibigay ng alternative procedure kung hindi siya mas madali, mas convenient to para sa iba. Okay? Pero dapat alam nyo rin yung sa kanina. Alam nyo rin dapat to. So at least may choices kayo. Sana all may choices. May pagpipilian. Ayan. So first step guys, we're going to find the mean of the probability distribution. Ayan, basically alam na rin natin yan. So nandun din yan. So kamukha lang din. But ito yung pinagkaiba niya. Multiply the square of the value of the random variable x by its corresponding probability. Ayan, nag-multiply tayo ng square. Then, get the sum of the result obtained in step 2. Ayan, so sum up lang natin yung nakuha natin sa step 2 and subtract the mean from the result obtained in step 3. Okay, yun yung gagawin. So, apat na steps lang guys. So, mas madali siya. Okay, tingnan natin kung saan kayo mas maging komportable solve. Although, apat na steps lang to, no? O yung panglima din yata dyan is yung standard deviation. So dinadagdag lang natin yung standard deviation. Okay, simulan natin. So find the mean of the probability distribution using the formula which is nagawa na rin natin. The same lang din yung kanina. Ayan, hindi nawawala yan kasi napakahalaga ni mean. Okay, sa probability distribution natin. Okay, so the same lang yan. So paano sinolve tong mean? Multiply lang natin to. Then copy the denominator. Then pag sum natin yan, we have to add all the numerator and divide the denominator. Then we have 2.2. Yan yung mean. Step 1. Same with the original procedure natin kanina. Okay. So step 2. Ayan, ito yung wala doon sa kanina sa original nating procedure. Multiply the square of the value of the random variable x by its corresponding probability. Ayan na. Ito guys. So kung kanina, ayan, papansin nyo, iba yung pang-apat natin. Okay, pang-apat na column natin guys, naka-squared yung mga x, then i-multiply natin sa probability. Ibig sabihin, i-squared natin to lahat bago natin i-multiply sa saan? Sa probability. Ayan. So, squared muna natin siya lahat, no? Para then we're going to multiply. Okay, then i-multiply natin sa ating probability. Okay, so simulan natin. Ayan. So, napapansin nyo dito, nakalagay na siya, we have 0 squared times 1 over 10. So, we have 0. Walang problema doon. So, 0 talaga kahit in-squared na yan. Then, sa pangalawa, 1 squared times 2 over 10. We have 2 over 10 pa rin. Then, 2 squared times 3 over 10. We have 12 over 10. Then, 3 squared times 2. We have 18 over 10. Okay, copy lang natin yung mga denominator, guys. Panghuli, 4 squared times 2, we have 32 over 10. So I hope nasusundan, no? Yung ating pang-apat na column for the alternative way of solving or computing a variance and standard deviation. Okay. So I hope it's clear. Okay, squared nyo lang lahat ng x, then i-multiply sa p of x probability. Okay, yun yung sagot natin. Yan yung step 2. Okay, mas madali lang ba siya? Okay. So I hope so, mas madali siya kasi nga it's an alternative, no? Kumbaga parang shortcut formula to. Mahilig tayo sa shortcut eh. Okay, so I hope it's clear. Okay, then after that, we have step 3. So step 3 natin, sabi dyan, we're going to get the sum of the result obtained in step 2. Oh, napaka-basic lang. So i-add lang pala natin yung nakuha natin sa step 2. So ano ba yung nakuha natin sa step 2 kanina? Okay, pwede natin siyang i-fraction, ay ano natin yun, i-decimal point, no? So ang nakuha natin kanina, yan. Okay? Ayan. So, sum lang natin. So, 2 plus 12 plus 18 plus 32, we have 64. Then, copy the common denominator na 10. We have 64 over 10, we have 6.4. Okay, ano yung 6.4 na yan? Yan na ba yun? Yan na ba yung ano natin? Yan na ba yung tawag dito? Variance natin? Okay, step 3 pa lang yan guys. Tandaan nyo, meron pa tayong step 4. So, ibig sabihin, hindi pa yan. Okay, hindi pa tapos. Hindi pa tapos yung laban. Meron pa tayong step 4. So, ulitin ko lang. Sa step 3 guys, ipag-add nyo lang lahat ng nasa last column. Okay? Add nyo lang lahat yung nakuha nyo kayo ng sagot. Then, i-divide kung naka-fraction siya. I-divide nyo. Kung naka-decimal, yun na yun mismo. Okay? Para hindi kayo malito. Okay. So, proceed tayo sa step 4. So, step 4, ayan. So, si step 4, so ibig sabihin nito, hindi pa ito yung variance natin. Kasi kung natatandaan nyo kanina, ano yung variance natin? Yung variance natin kanina ay 1.56. 1.56 ba ito? Di ba hindi? Therefore, hindi pa yun yung variance. So, may step 4 pa kasi tayo. So, si step 4, sabi ng step 4 natin, isa-subtract natin yung the square of the mean from the result obtained in step 3 to get the variance. So, the formula for the variance of a probability distribution is the variance is equal to the summation of x squared times probability minus the mean squared. Okay, ibig sabihin gagamitin natin yung formula to guys. Okay? So, sa step 4, wala nang table. Okay? Ang gagawin na lang natin is si formula. Pero paano natin masosolve yan? Magagamit natin si formula using the step 1, step 2, and step 3 kanina. Okay? So, gamitin na natin tong formula to para makuha si variance. So, anong formula natin? We have the summation of x squared times p of x or the probability. Which is ito nakuha natin kanina. Which is the last table. Ayan. Ito siya, di ba? Ayan, kung naalala nyo siya. Ito ba? Ito siya. O, ano yung summation natin dyan? We have, ano, 6.4. Okay, itong part na to guys, ang value niyan doon sa last table natin na yan is 6.4. Dito natin siya ilalagay. Then, may minus tayo ng mean squared. Ibig sabihin, isa-subtract natin si squared ng mean. So, ano ba yung mean natin? So, kung babalikan natin yung step 1. Ayan, step 1 natin. Ayan, ito yung mean. 2.2. Okay? Anong mean natin? Ulitin natin, 2.2. Huwag niyo kalimutan yan. So, mapapakinabangan natin step 1, step 2, and step 3. Okay. So, kunin natin yung mean. Sabi dyan, si mean daw ay naka-squared. So, ibig sabihin, i-multiply natin sa sarili si mean. So, ano ba yung squared ng 2.2? Okay. Calculator natin. Pwede kasi siyang i-shortcut. Diretso na, no? So, ang 2.2 squared natin ay 4. Ano? 84. Kung kunin natin yung squared muna nito guys, no? Kasi PEMDAS nga, unahin muna natin yung naka-parenthesis. So, pwede pa natin dyan ilagay dito. Okay, expand pa natin to. Okay, simplify muna natin si mean. Okay, we have 6.4. Then, anong value natin dito? Nung in-squared natin, 2.2 times 2.2, we have 4.84. Tsaka natin i-subtract. Okay? So, we have now 6.4 minus 4.84. The answer is 1.56. Ayun yung tinatawag na variance. So, nag-match tayo. Tama. The same answer doon kanina sa unang procedure na ginawa natin. Okay? The same answer. So, gumamit tayo ng formula sa pang-apat na steps para makuha si variance. Hindi siya katulad kanina sa previous nating procedure na nag-add lang tayo tapos yun yung mean. Dito, gumamit tayo ng formula. Okay? So, mas convenient to. Depende sa inyo. Nasa inyo yan kung saan kayo mas ma-convenient gamitin. Okay? That's why I'm sharing with you this guys this alternative procedure is para mapagpilian nyo kung saan mas mabilis. Okay, kung pabilisan siguro kung may time consuming kayo, mas maganda gamitin to kasi apat na step lang. Pero may formula. Okay? Okay. So ulitin natin na meron tayong formulang gagamitin sa alternative method which is this one. The variance is equal to the summation of x squared times the probability minus the square of the mean. Okay, using the formula, so isa-isahin lang natin yan. So we come up with the same answer with the original procedure natin. So, syempre, ayun na. O, kasama na pala dito ang ating standard deviation. No? So, syempre, para makuha sa standard deviation, kung ano yung nakuha nating variance dito, anong gagawin? Square root lang natin. Ayan. So, para makuha yung standard deviation, guys, square root lang natin yung nakuha natin dito kay variance. So, basically, square root lang tayo ng 1.56, the same answer. Okay? Hindi yan magic guys. Totoo yan na magkaparas talaga sila ng sagot. It should be. Okay, kasi alternative procedure lang to. Okay. So I hope it's clear, no? So an alternative procedure natin, meron tayong apat na steps using, and at the same time, meron tayong formula, okay, na susundan. So, so nasa inyo na lang yan kung saan convenient at depende yan sa activity nyo or sa evaluation nyo kung ano ipapagamit doon. Just follow the instructions there. Okay? So I hope it's clear guys kasi yan na yung last slide natin sa ating lesson 4. So I hope yan natapos natin yung isang chapter guys. Okay, ng na magandang pacing, I hope na malinaw from lesson 1 to lesson 4. Bakit? In the next meeting guys, you will be having a chapter test. Okay, dahil natapos na natin tong apat na lesson for chapter 1, so, syempre bago tayo mag-move forward for chapter 2, so magkakaroon muna tayo ng chapter test. So sakatin natin kung gaano nakaraming natutunan nyo no? sa from lesson 1 to lesson 4. So if you have any clarification regarding this lecture guys, just comment down below in the video or in our GC group chat or even you can chat me PM. Okay, kung okay pa yung time. Okay? Kung may clarification. So I hope no maliwanag sa inyo tong ating last lesson for chapter 1 and I hope you enjoyed for the chapter 1 kasi ako I very much enjoyed no kasi alam ko namang kinakaya nyo. Ayan. Alam ko na kasi based dun sa mga nakikita kong mga pinapasa nyo, from the previous activity natin from 1 to 3, okay, nakikita ko naman ng ang daming nakakuha ng tama. Okay, you're in the right track, guys. So, I hope magtuloy-tuloy yan, no? Not only for the chapter 1, but also with within this semester, no? Not only also with the statistics and probability, and I'm hoping sa ibang subject din. Okay? So, thank you, guys, and I hope you learned something now. Okay? So, something new for this lesson. Okay, so see you next meeting. Keep safe, enjoy, and good luck.